Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Wummer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And look at the lovely Kenichi here, starting off an episode here in Natlan. Actually, I came here during the daytime and the nighttime, and I was like, at the time I was kind of like, I think the daytime looks better, but like I feel like most places in Genshin, they really do count for the fact that like they have to look good in both nighttime and daytime. And look at this, the sun is rising and it still looks good. This place is amazing. We ended on an incredible bombshell last time of the crazy battle that was happening, but also we had a somber goodbye, a very somber goodbye as well. And I feel like I think somber is a perfect word for this because it was bittersweet, right? It was really bittersweet in a lot of ways. But we also had some thoughts about the Abyss and all these things. It was an incredible battle, an incredible Act 1. I'm going to be doing Act 2 today, or starting Act 2. And I was going to do one of the tribe quests, and the tribe quest I was thinking of starting was Scions of the Canopy, right? But we're going to do this after Act 2. And honestly, it was one of the situations where I was like thinking about it for a while, which one I wanted to do, and really like, I don't mind doing either Scions of the Canopy or this one, because I know I think you can do this one like right away. But I was just kind of, look, let's continue on Act 2, the Act 1 and Act 2 for now. And we'll do Scions of the Canopy afterwards. Because it's not really a big deal if we do either one in either order. We're going to be doing all of the quests anyway, so you might as well like go on with the Archon quest. As always, I will always go at my pace. I will always play the way I would like to play, because that's just the best experience for myself. And I think the majority of you guys, like 99.99999% of you guys, also believe that the best thing for this playthrough is for me to just have fun. And I always appreciate that as well. This is such a lovely place to be. So take a walk around the people of the springs. Okay, it's called People of the Springs. I was like, take a walk around the People of the Springs. You want me to walk around some of these people? I will. I definitely will. And don't worry, like I said, we're gonna be doing all of them before Act 5.
Are you running away?
Get over here as well.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot
You just did a
springs.
backflip.
The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation.
It's been fantastic, Paimon. It's been fantastic.
The Koholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy.
Honestly, that's what you... In an animal, that's what you have to look for. A chunky belly, you know? Chunky bellies, great.
Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. That's the thing. Atea's still around, right? That's why it was a bittersweet goodbye. It's because it's not a goodbye of like, oh, she's just like gone completely right away, right? It's a somber goodbye because it's like you're saying goodbye to someone who like we don't know when is going. You know what I mean? And it's like so... It was such like a weird feeling, to be honest. What was she up to?
Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
It's what she loves. This is her thing. And there's Mulaney, our girl.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yes. I assume so, because Paimon was doing backflips.
Yep, this area is so nice.
Paimon doesn't want to leave. Do you remember her little like hairstyle as well? It was so cute. It was so cute.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing.
Heck yeah.
Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
That sounds fun. It sounds super fun.
Hey, Mualani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
Wait, for real? Kachina's back?
And Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in
Okay. Did they bring her back? Did she have to get resurrected?
But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the rite of resurrection will be held in the stadium
Oh
soon.
my god, so she doesn't get resurrected? Okay, I think I misinterpreted that. So we're gonna have to watch her get resurrected? That's insane.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Honestly, like, you know, the fact that she got there was super impressive for someone who doubted themselves so much. And she went from, like, having people leave her team to being one of the people that got to do the Night Warden thing.
Exactly. She deserves to hold her head
I agree.
up high.
I agree.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
Honestly, very happy to do Act 2 right away then.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for
Especially when you're thinking about Kachina. But yeah, like, I'm so glad to be doing it now because now we, like, can think, like, okay, at least Kachina's going to be fine after all of this. You know, there is the resurrection thing, but, like, at least she's alive. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team?
It's an interesting question, right?
Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger, it's just...
I mean, Paimon's always thinking about this stuff, I suppose.
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure.
True.
At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after
There's
all,
a difference
so
as,
what
you know...
capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess?
Yeah. The Abyss Order and the Abyss are two different things, right? Yeah.
But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple. 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. You know about that, right?
It's great. I love whenever they bring this stuff up. I love it. It's like we have to be glued to the screen because you don't know what's going to happen. You're in the age of Conria.
That's right. Conria suffered greatly during that time, but so did every other nation in Teyvat.
Right. Okay.
And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss.
I say this all the time, so I am a broken record when it comes to stuff, but like, because this stuff was so long ago, I tend to, we tend to like, not put it to the back of our mind, but like, it's hard to really put it into perspective, like what happened unless you see it kind of like physically sometimes. But I think what always helps is that every once in a while this game will like grab you by the back of the head and go, look at what happened. Like they'll turn your head forward and go, look at this. You know what I mean? And I love that they always remind you, because even if like we'll never forget, but they always remind you like this affected people a lot and we're still feeling the effects to this day.
Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little.
It sounded like yeah, I didn't realize it affected Natlan the worst.
Our tribe's waters were contaminated.
Jesus.
The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground.
Wow.
Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan.
Like, imagine this tribe not having clean water. Imagine the Children of Echoes, like, not being such a beautiful place as it was. Like, it's literally saying all the stuff that we loved about the places that we've been to so far was terrible at the time.
It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
Oh my god. So even though the Abyss is not like a specific person or group of people, the disasters themselves were like, they understood what the tribe stood for.
Exactly.
And where to target it. Oh my god.
We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct.
Wow.
But its methods are, in truth, marked by intelligence.
Which, like, I guess you could, like, retroactively apply to a lot of stuff that we've seen, but, like, I feel like this is, like, one of the, at least, like, for me, like, one of the times when someone's directly saying, like, this type of stuff where it's like, this is, like, a coordinated, cunning attack on what makes our tribes, run properly, you know what I mean? If there's sludge everywhere around the freaking Children of the Echoes, that place would be impossible to travel around, to live in, to sell your stuff. It just wouldn't work. If the water's contaminated here, you couldn't even live here either.
We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
Oh no, so they can do that from the Night Kingdom?
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside
That's
and
scary.
out.
That is terrifying.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate it, even after all this time. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had over the years.
Right.
Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
Well, that's good. That is good. There is always, like, a silver lining in all this stuff. Excuse me. In other nations, I've seen how much effort truly takes to truly eradicate the Abyss. The people of Natlan live in the shadow of it every day. Who knows how long it will take for this war to end? It's a war with the Abyss, and it's not like a direct battle all the time. It's almost like a war of, like, what would you call it? Like, it's like not a cold. No, it's like It's like a war where, like, I guess you could say it's like a cold war, but not like in the sense of like an actual cold war. It's like you don't know when the Abyss is going to strike. You don't know what they're thinking at any moment, but they have all the information that they have on you, and we have very little information on them.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting.
That's an amazing goal.
Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war differently.
Right.
But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages.
Honestly, like, yeah, that's an, you know, an amazing goal. Like, I would desperately want that for this place. It sounds horrible to even think about.
Survive in ballads passed down to future generations. It's kind of romantic.
Oh my god, she's standing at the rock as well. But yeah, like, I mean, what it sounds horrible is like living in fear of knowing, like, never knowing what the Abyss are thinking, and them knowing all about you and they could attack at any moment. It sounds terrifying. I love this, by the way, as well. They're also talking about the idea of like things being passed down to future generations, which is a big thing in Natlan. It's a massive thing.
Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know.
Great shot. Oh my god, great shot. You can do it.
We have to.
Such a beautiful place.
Not only for ourselves, but for our future.
Look at those. I wonder, could we ride those waves as Mualani?
Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's
I
back
agree.
with us.
I 100% agree.
The sea's not going anywhere.
This is such a stunning place. A really like inspirational conversation with our Mualani, right? Like our gal. And I feel like what's so great about hearing stuff like that about, like, you know, not only just the Abyss, but how much the you know, the problems of 500 years ago have affected, with how much, like, this has not only affected, like, Natlan, but, like, you know, talking about how it directly affected, like, each tribe. Once again, just showing us how much, like, problems the Abyss has caused. But now, like, I guess we're, like, even seeing it, like, from a different view where we're like, okay, not only are the Abyss, like, this, like, you know, entity that could, like, strike at any time, we don't know what they're doing. Not only do we, like, not fully know what their motive is or what they're doing, it's not just, like, pure destruction. Yes, they're destroying things, but they're aiming to, like, cut people off at the shins, you know what I mean? To cut people off at the legs so that they can't stand on their own 2 feet anymore, figuratively, when it comes to this land. You know, if you take water away from the people of the springs, like, you're taking their whole life away from them. You know what I mean? You're taking their whole life. It's crazy, like, how they've set this up in such an amazing way. And also we saw as well Mualani, like, being very, very, poetic in a way, like talking about how she wants to, you know, pass down her song and her deeds down to future generations, which is also something Gachina wants to do too. It's a big emphasis on that here in Natlan so far. Oh wow, that went into a deep cutscene. Whatever's happening here. Yeah, I was like, that was like a deep loading situation. Oh, it's so weird Gachina not being there. Like, she has to be resurrected. But they did it for themselves there. Returning heroes, right?
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory.
I love Natlan NPCs just have this thing in them where they're like, they can't, like, it's like if they stop dancing, they will die. You know, a lot of them are just like, I need to dance all the time.
Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes.
Oh my god. She could have her own cartoon, this gal.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanichi,
you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Very concerned. Very concerned.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
We'll be a bit modest here. We know we probably could have done better. In fact, I remember, like, my team was not the best, but Hu Tao and Xing Shou, like, really carried me. So we'll save a bit more perceptive.
Look! Is it about to start?
That's right.
I'm really interested to see how this works.
We'll come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together.
Everyone's gonna sing?
Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be
okay.
fine. Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
I really want to see how this resurrection works. Like, this is, like, so interesting to me.
Warriors of Natlan, Heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory
There's
and
Maverick
legend.
again, looking awesome.
Those who grew
Hand on the
alongside
heart.
sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future.
This is awesome. They're talking about the people who've like forged the path for them today.
That is Natlan's fire.
Oh my
The
god.
lifeblood of our nation.
Did she just change the whole like weather for a second? Did she? Oh. She walked into the flames? So quiet. Oh my god, it's so quiet. Oh my god. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. I have chills. Oh. I have so many chills. Oh my god. That was incredible. That's the ode to resurrection? Mind-blowing. Chills. It was so quiet before they started as well. There was such a tension I felt, but then like it was like one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What do you mean?
What?
What? No, 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 no.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, what is it? Oh yeah, what does that mean?
Usually, once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
Stop.
What's going on?
That's terrifying.
This has never happened before.
Do we have to go? I was saying do we have to go in, but I don't think that would
I
happen.
think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win.
Oh, is this
after
one of the
all.
guys that tried to bully Kachina?
Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times.
But like, why would like Chasca and I forget the other new character's name. We're gonna be reminded very soon, I suppose. I don't think they'd lie. Like, why would they lie?
Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Okay, but like,
Hey, you just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you. in the
Paimon's awesome.
pilgrimage.
Paimon's so awesome. Oh, look at the folded arms of Kanich as well.
Pathetic. The both of you.
Yes, Kanich. That's what I'm talking. Kanich is so matter of fact, but he's like it's in a way that like feels like you're getting scolded as well. You know, there's like residual scolding.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our
Tell him,
mission.
Chasca. Tell him. Tell him. It's my gal.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and
Oh,
ran off.
stop.
Why would the YAB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
These animations are fantastic, I just want to say, and I'm noticing them so much here, like the little animation changes that they have with some of the NPCs here. But like, Kachina's not the type to like run away, right? Especially after the motivation that Mulan gave her.
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that?
Get her. Get him.
Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your
Yes.
vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
I loved her standing up for, but also like it's a very Natlan thing, right? How dare you like insult like a hero? Like it's
Calm down, Mulan. There's no point arguing with the likes
yes.
of
Oh
them.
my, I love these characters. I love the Natlan
You
crew.
can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You guys are the sorest losers I've ever seen in my life.
You.
Oh, you're making Mulan angry.
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
Wait. We weren't able to actually interact with the statue of the Seven either. Is something happening? I wonder what Mabuika's going to think about this as well. She has, again, we talk about presence. She has a presence about her.
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory.
But like, I think we should worry more about how we can try and get her back. Like, we have to, right?
Maybe the Wyab interpret victory in different ways?
Everyone's questioning everything now. Look at this.
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
She won a tournament. She won her aspect of the tournament. The Pyro Archon seems to be deep in thought. Why isn't she putting a stop to the commotion? That's the thing. Yeah, she seems like she's thinking about something. But like, if you're saying that she wasn't that tough, then you are saying that Mualani wasn't that tough either. And Kanichi didn't even make it that far.
Kachina wouldn't have run. That's not like her at
That's what I'm
all.
saying. With the spirit that she had after beating Mualani, it doesn't seem like she'd be like that. Especially since she was like with Kachina, and sorry, not Kachino. She's with Chasca, and I'm so sorry that I'm blanking on the other character's name. They're just so quickly introduced, and then yeah. But yeah, it to me like it doesn't make sense.
No, she's been waiting for this moment for too long.
Yeah, it's her moment.
No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on.
Right.
We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
These guys are sore losers for sure.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon.
The animations are crazy good.
Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
These guys
That's enough.
Okay, good. She looks really good, doesn't she? She looks awesome.
There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our
Love her.
admiration and
Let's
celebration.
Let's go.
However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled.
That's terrifying.
And I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter.
Please investigate. Like, I'm not trying to be rude at all because it's clear that like you're trying, and I would never want to disrespect an Archon that I just met. So I hope this isn't disrespectful to say, can we please get Kachina back as soon as possible?
To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is
I love it.
infallible. Not even myself.
This is just me endearing me to her even more because she had this, like, as you said, incredible presence. She seemed very tough. She seemed like cool, like super cool. But this is such a like important thing to say. It's like and to me, this makes her like, worthy of being an Archon, which is like, hey, not every Archon just knows everything, And once they realize that, it's a really big step for an Archon, and she's already realized that.
But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against
Yes!
others.
Oh my god, every line in this freaking scene is incredible. You're using your doubt to make arguments amongst everyone in here, while doubt should be a thing that you use to like learn more about things.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
Oh, but you were big and tough 2 minutes ago.
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns?
State your
them.
concerns.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the
Oh
truth
my
never
God.
mattered to you at all.
I love her. I absolutely love her. Putting these people in their place as well.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
Yeah, and it's hard. 100%, it's hard to talk to an Archon, right? It's difficult. 100%. Like, it would be. But if you are strong enough in front of the Archon to put doubts on someone's heroism and put doubts on like a team that's right in front of you, with Chasca's team down there as well. If you're strong enough to do that and you can't stand up for yourself when you're asked a direct question from the one person who has the authority to ask those questions, I'm sorry. At that stage, like, you're just being a coward. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with being scared, there's nothing wrong with being terrified, but it's how you act in those moments, obviously, like, is how people will, always remember it, you know what I mean? And in this situation, they were just being rude. There's nothing wrong with being scared, but there's something wrong with being rude and hypocritical, and not caring about the truth, as the Pyro Archon said.
I have a question, Archon.
Oh, Mualani.
My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
It is her friend. I mean, it's all her friend at this stage.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation.
Okay.
So,
I'll join
what do you
too.
say?
I'll be there.
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Great stuff.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well,
Yes.
Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
No issue. No issue.
Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
No, and honestly, like, I feel like... Are we going directly there? Okay. I'm for it. I'm for it. I feel like it's just, like, very, like... That whole thing was presented... Oh, my God. This whole thing was presented really, really well. This is a beautiful fire. The fire looks so pretty.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her.
I believe you 110%. Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, that whole scene there, like, really, like, put into, like a lot of perspective, not only how much, like, Kachina matters to all of us, because she does, but also, like, we got to get an idea of who Mavuika was, and at the same time, also, I love that she, like, asked us to come here, because, again, like, you know, we're an outsider who came here just now. There could be two things where it's like, okay, well, do you know something about this? Could you help with this? Or it could be a situation of like, Kachina's your friend too. You can come here. I love that, like, there's like an inviting of us as well. It's not just like keeping us out of the loop.
There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
Okay, right. Because we heard that there was like a bit of uncertainty with the Abyss, right?
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
So we have to figure this out.
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
This music's beautiful as well.
How long will that take?
With the music in the background, this whole conversation, the way this scene is even shot, it's so cinematic.
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan.
Oh, Mualani.
She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life.
Oh, wow. She trusted the systems in place in Natlan.
Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection.
Oh, no! This is incredible.
She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy.
God. Hitting right in the heart.
We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
An amazing speech from Mualani, but like this whole scene is just so incredibly done, and it's not even like started yet. And she's saying like, you know, we encouraged her, we moved her on here because she had the idea in her head that no matter what, she would get resurrected if her team won. And now like that the whole system there is like, you know, kind of betraying her in some way.
That's not fair, Mualani.
She's hurt. She's hurt. She's feeling scared. She's terrified. I'm a bit nervous. My heart's pounding like for the idea of what's happening to Kachina.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani.
I 100% believe her.
Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
How so?
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss.
They've done something with the Sacred Flame. But look... You can see when I'm talking about how this is shot. Look how amazing she looks right now with the fire in the background.
If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of
So
many.
she's saying that, like, yes, since everything's changing with the Abyss, they know, they understand that that they have to stop people from being sent on this pilgrimage to make this flame grow dimmer, right? That's what they probably want.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my
So
duty.
his whole thing is weighing the cost of situations.
The raw truth can be cruel, but we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
So he's saying it's better if we keep sending people on the pilgrimage because the flame will die.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is
Very
it?
soft tone from Avwika as well, and rightly so.
I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
I adore this gal. I adore her.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equally painful.
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
Jesus. We're already talking about it like, like she's gone.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils.
By the way, I don't believe Mualani thinks that she's gone for good or is talking about her as she doesn't want to find Kachina. I think that she's she's just saying what she feels is that she doesn't want to cause any more suffering for other people, for her friend, and Kachina probably wouldn't want that either.
Either way, there will be people who suffer.
Yep.
And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver.
Holy hell.
Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants.
Crazy that they have this cunning plan. They understand Natlan so well.
Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them.
So they won't even want to do the pilgrimage.
To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defense.
So we need to find out how they've how they've stopped the resurrection, how the Abyss has stopped this.
Then we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity at least.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Like I said, even for me who just knew Kachina for one act, I fell in love with her. She's amazing. She's you want to protect her. You want her to be happy. And she is tough as nails again, and the thing is, even though she's scared sometimes and she is a bit timid, it's the fact that she pushes through is what makes her so freaking tough as nails, you know what I mean? But this is such a tough situation, and it's terrifying. It is.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
Yeah, she's great so far. She's really great.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
The passion. Yeah, it's passion.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
How does that work?
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
And I think what correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what she's saying is that if there's no actual pilgrimage in the end, after the tournament, no one's going to want to join the tournament because they can't etch their name in history as they probably would have wanted to, right? Maybe that's what they're saying here.
So essentially, the Abyss
Crazy.
is taking Kachina hostage.
Crazy. What happens if you stay in the Night Kingdom for a long period of time?
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your
course.
travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured, until eventually you become one with the sea.
Jesus
souls.
Christ. So this is literally a race against time at this stage.
Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before.
She's saying Kachina might not be the same person again.
I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed.
Right. Like, this is an incredible scene, right? This is absolutely incredible. Like, it really feels like we're in, like, one of the most, like, cinematic scenes. And, like, it's not only that, it's just, like how many feelings are involved in this, how you can understand where everyone's perspective is coming from. I'm hanging on every word.
You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go search for Kachina.
Heck yeah. Same. I'll come with you.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign.
Chasca.
But I can make it up to her now.
Chasca seems so freaking cool. Chasca seems like the person you want on your team, right? She really freaking does. She seems like someone who's not only reliable, but like aims to protect you, aims to want to make sure you're doing well. She already was one of the people that encouraged Kachina so much as well. You all guys know I'm already a big fan of Chasca anyway, before she even, before we even saw her in the story.
Traveler? What do you think?
I promise you would have the chance to learn from me.
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can.
This is such a sick team as well.
The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
Super scary.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
This freaking music. The way they're even describing this sounds like, like a horrifying experience. She's basically saying that, like, it's not going to be easy to even get in there, and the Abyss will try to attack us, because, again, they're getting smarter at this stuff.
It's fine by me.
Yes, Mualati!
Same here.
God, Chasca!
Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
It won't be a problem.
So,
Love Chasca.
Paimon's the only one who's scared?
No, Jesus Christ, Paimon.
Well, if he's going, Paimon's going
Oh,
too.
Paimon, that's brave, though. That's so brave. Even if you're scared, being able to power through it is a very brave thing to do.
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an
Lali.
artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs, but that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Everyone, I don't think there's a person here who doesn't respect the heck out of Kachina. And even if it wasn't Kachina, I think we'd all feel compelled to help out, right? We would. But it's just very personal because it is Kachina.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation.
Look at this team!
Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all.
Mavuik is fantastic, acknowledging her shortcomings that everyone has, right? Like, she can't just be everything at once, do everything at once. She's such a beautiful character as well.
Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be
Oh
so
my god, I'm
serious.
glad it was, I'm glad that we got to see you in, like, a very, Archon-like tone the first time we saw you, because, yeah, this is a very, serious conversation. It is serious. It's incredibly serious. We're worried about Kachina.
I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
I'm getting, like, chills, and my heart is feeling so, like, good. Like, don't worry about it whatsoever. Like, we literally had the best welcome party you could ever hope for. We had Kachina, Mualani, Kanich. Like, it's been a great time. It's been scary at times, as we said, but it's also been like very welcoming.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Oh no. Oh no. Looks like we're gonna make a name for ourselves. If you think about it, right, we did get like a good welcome when we went to Mondstadt, right? When we went to Liyue, our first really encounter with like the serious main part of the story was, you know, us getting nearly attacked by the guards, or not getting attacked by the guards. It was like Tartagula like dragging us away from the guards in some way. You know, and that was like the main focus of the story, right? Then we went to like Inazuma, where like very clearly we were banned from the main area for a long. Now that wasn't the first thing that happened, but like it was very clearly not the most welcoming place in the world. Sumeru, we were pretty much welcomed by the Archon, I would say, but it was like in a very different way. And in Fontaine, we were welcomed, but it was a welcome that was like very like about the pomp and the pageantry and the showmanship. We have never been directly, I feel like, visited by the Archon when we first entered the place and been like, you are most welcome here. It doesn't happen like that all the time, right? Even though we do get welcomes from some people. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, things were pretty complicated
Always.
at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation's solid
Yeah,
nowadays.
and that's the thing. That's what happens in most regions. It's like at the start, things are like, okay, what's happening? It gets even more complicated, but then you find your friends, you find the people that you love, and eventually it becomes very solid.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate.
She's learned a lot about us.
Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk
I would love
about
to.
that some
I would
other
love to.
time.
Great impression that you've left on me.
Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
100%. I love the crew over there is already chatting about what they're going to do. You know they are.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight
yeah.
against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
This music just makes the scene even more powerful.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies.
So many like connections here.
But
Look
don't
at
worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
Fantastic. And there's part of the Kenichi staying behind, of course, because he's not. I don't think he's part of the official crew.
You
Like,
said
well, he's
you
part of
didn't
our crew,
want
but
to
you know what I mean.
jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of contending fire is far from sufficient.
Right.
The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy. And we're currently at the
That's
breaking point.
probably why. That's why we couldn't connect with the Statue of the Seven.
As things stand, the pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes.
She's incredible. She is incredible. What a great leader so far, right? Someone we can get behind almost instantly. Instantly. Not almost instantly, instantly.
The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
That's Ian-san.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic.
I just got hit with a bolt there. When she said close at hand, I was like, it's that close?
But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
These shots are insane.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices.
Right, okay.
Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
You mean?
Yes.
So they're
Come
going
with
to
me.
do their own mission as well. These three characters as well. Ian-san, Kenichi, and Mavuika. This has all been great. That whole scene was one like such like a well-directed scene.
The sacred flame must
Voice
never
acted.
go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's
Figurative and literal
stability.
stuff here.
So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it
What?
burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyeb have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
She is incredible.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame.
This is a leader. This is a leader.
I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my
I
duty.
effing love her. I effing love her. Like, obviously I don't want her to sacrifice her power for this, right? But like she is like one of the best leaders we've met so far, easily. Right? But how is this gonna work?
Archon, it's the Fatui!
What? What? The Fatui? Here? In the middle of the Colosseum? No.
The Archon of
Oh.
Natlan.
Oh.
A force to be reckoned
Oh my
with.
god, it's the next Harbinger! Capitano.
The secret of the ley lines. There's no
Holy
secret to
hell.
me. Long have they been
Oh.
destined for ruin.
Oh my god, and she's ready right away!
And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled,
Look at him.
what use is the Gnosis?
He's after the Gnosis, of course. He looks so cool. What the hell?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like
Ah!
this is about more than the Teresa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of
The
salvation.
mantle of
Your
salvation?
plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new
What?
rules for Natlan.
Look
But
at this scene.
before
Oh my
the
freaking
dawn of
god.
the new age, the old must be destroyed.
What is that? An ice sword? You look so freaking cool. What the hell? Mavuika, watch
I
out.
assume that's the end of your speech?
Look
So
at this scene.
people like us?
Oh my god. The ice and the flames as well. How is this happening? 2 seconds ago we were just chatting. Holy hell, we're getting a full combat scene here. Oh my god, to the Archon. I am my head is all tingly. I'm just like, this is so incredible. With this music as well. What was that? Oh my god, with the sunglasses as well disappearing. No, she's so cool, but he's also so cool. My body is seizing. Like, imagine I can't even move. Jesus Christ. Oh my, oh no, this is all they see? Holy hell. With this music as well. I think my heart's stopping. I think my heart is stopping. They're just like this ethereal power as well. Oh my. This is so incredible. This is incredible. Jesus. Who lost? Who lost? Was there a loss? They both hit off the ice parts as well. No weapons. Holy F. Even they're running. My body has chills all over, guys. I am like... My hands have not left the side of my face. With this very Fatui-like music as well. Oh my freaking god!
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
What am I supposed to do now? We're supposed to just move on with our lives?
Are you alright,
Stop.
Archon?
Stop. Stop. El Capitano, first of all, is the coolest looking Harbinger I've ever seen. Holy hell, did you see like the stuff coming down from... But then again, like it's hard to find a Harbinger that doesn't look really sick. You know what I mean? It's like... But like that outfit, like the jacket, but he had the full like Snezhnaya jacket on in Natlan. He was wearing the full getup. He was like coming in representing. But what he said as well, he was like, you're failing at this. I can tell. So he knew. He was like, I know that you're failing at this. You have to let someone else take over. Or at least that's what I think he was saying, right? Like, you're not doing good with this. Let us do this. Let us have the Gnosis and let us figure out what Natlan's new rules will be. I think that's what he was saying. That fight was incredible. That fight was incredible. And it happened out in, by the way, it's so cool to have like, they didn't do this extensive, like, and there's nothing wrong with it doing that, but like, it's just such, I love how they do a different fight every single time. This time with these Harbingers, it was like, she was ready. She grabbed that weapon. She was like, I'm not dealing with this today. Not today. And he like was ready too. He took off that jacket. Oh my god. And the two of them just went at it right away in one of the coolest fight scenes I've ever seen in my freaking life. I've never been more attracted to a man in a mask in my freaking life. I'll be honest with you. I've never been more like, that is like mind blowing. This is insane. My heart is pounding.
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat.
They were showing how tough he was right away.
If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
And that's the thing, she mentions the Tsaritsa as well.
Yeah. And how much
It seems like he knows enough.
Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that
Yeah,
unites them
that's
is
their common goal.
Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own
Oh my
reasons
god,
for
I've
doing
still
it
had so
as
many
well.
chills. What the hell?
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to
Oh.
the Fatui. If they attack again and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time
Okay.
being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters
So that's
of
the Night Wind, the thing he blew across the
In
field.
other words, there are traitors among us.
Oh my god, so someone's working with the Fatui?
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a
For
very
real?
valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Sitlali. She should know.
Of course,
Sitlali.
I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not.
Okay, so he has a job as well to go to seek Sitlali as well. And she's gone back up here also.
Natlan's strength has never rested
Oh my
solely in its
God.
Archon.
I keep noticing stuff that I'm doing after all that. Like I was like halfway through the fight, I had my hands on my face. I was like, I didn't even realize I put my hands on my face. I was just like, and then like just like a few seconds ago, I looked down and I was like, oh, I'm like grabbing onto my hoodie. I'm like, okay, like this is incredible. She's doing it again.
Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
This music as well. It's such a crazy energy to this place. My heart is pounding. And she's still gonna do this, by the way. This is why I think she's a fantastic leader. Even though she just fought a Harbinger, she goes back to business.
Is everything okay, Archon?
You okay?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames.
All right.
They're
showing off her charming personality as well.
I just hope the others have a safe journey.
Is this a bit faded to you guys? Is it like a bit blurry? Maybe that's intentional because we're in front of the flames. By the way, it's so cinematic. We're probably gonna cut. If it cuts to us right now, we know how cinematic it is. I hope the other ones are having a good journey. Fade. Yes. Huh? Oh my god, they could see it as well when it was happening.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something
I
explode?
love this so much. I am so happy. This is incredible.
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
I'm almost in tears at how amazing this is.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Sheena doesn't have much time. We have to work out.
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose.
You should have seen this one, Chasca. Look at her.
Once we find Kachina's ancient
so
name,
much.
we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Emma really hopes nothing goes wrong.
Oh my god. And it's one of those things where I want to say that it's just like this whole situation has been absolutely like insane. We went from like this very like almost like Rivendell style conversation where we were talking about what we could do with to help Kachina, right? It was a very like, you know, a dutiful conversation where everyone was like kind of like, well, this is what we must do. We must do this right now. We must work to do this, right? And then we went to like this incredible battle just a few seconds later. We had so much happening there, from Mavuika deciding to give up her power, from Kanich going off on a journey to meet Sidlali as well, from us going here to the signs of the signs of the Canopy, to the battle with Il Capitano, is that his name? Captain? Which, this is such a sick design. Such an incredible design. So freaking cool. And it looks like to me he wants the Gnosis and like maybe like in a similar way, like not in a similar way, maybe he like wants to like take over the rule of Natlan to like, because he believes his way will be better. Possibly. There's so much that went on there, and it was so incredible. That fight was incredible. That fight was insane. We just started Act 2. We just started Act 2. This is Xiao, by the way. I haven't calmed down, by the way. Literally haven't calmed down. I usually like stop the recording just to check everything's okay, and so I just stopped it for a second and press re-record just to check everything's okay. You know what I mean? You don't want to like lose like, if you're gonna lose some recordings, you don't want to lose like 2 hours, like, you know what I mean? I thought like, okay, maybe I'll calm down. My heart is still pounding. Like that whole sequence was absolutely incredible. Will be Kanichi as we go over here as well to the Signs of the Canopy. I'm so excited. I wanted to go here anyway. So like actually the Signs of the Canopy. So it's actually pretty great that we get to go here during the Archon quest, honestly. This is a really cool location. In fact, like I actually think it's one of the coolest locations we've seen so far in Natlan, and that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot about this place so far. It's probably my favorite place we've seen, just from a distance at the very least. You know what I mean?
What can you tell us about the Scions of the Canopy?
Great.
The tribe's people are very adventurous.
Okay.
Oh, kinda like us then.
I'm not so sure. You don't strike me as the type to enjoy danger. The Scions of the Canopy are a bunch of thrill seekers.
Oh, look at
They
that.
love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour.
Volcano parkour?
Or even bungee jumping without a rope while a Yunkasaur stands at the edge and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
Okay, that does sound different from our usual adventures.
A little bit different.
Paimon's not doing any of that. She can just cheer you on from the sidelines.
Doesn't it sound like Chasca so far is a... Holy hell, look at that. Doesn't it sound like Chasca so far is like a, a good mentor. Like the stuff that they said to Kachina, the way they joined up with this stuff, but also like, someone who like is like very like good at like teaching us stuff here as well and very knowledgeable. They give the energy or the vibe of a mentor to me. And I know like, it's one of those situations where we don't know her fully yet. But I think you can like get a good energy off a character like in the first while, right? So pretty, look at this. This is incredible. So that's why they have all these places, and that's why Kanish is the way he is as well, like, with the power-up. Oh. Okay. Is because they're thrill seekers. They're looking to constantly fly around the place and do things like this, and it makes perfect sense. Look at this waterfall here too. I said that I would love to live in the People of the Springs. I am afraid of heights, but still, this looks incredible. I couldn't live here, but I would maybe do a holiday here where I had to stay in the center all the time. Absolutely terrifying, but still very cool. Hello, it's me. How you doing? I'm the guy now. You sleeping, buddy? Please leave my mommy alone. What? Please leave the mommy alone. You know what, kid? You're gonna go far. You're gonna go far in this world, kid. Oh no, it's another one of those guys that was a human after all. I was a human.
That's Waina, the tribal chief.
Oh.
Let's head over to him.
Honestly, he looks like the head of a house. No, that was my fault for literally stepping up here to get this item. When literally I went into the threshold. So that's literally my fault. And honestly, I think a lot of people are like me too. I also just walk around the place and go wildly walking, I enter, I'm surprised I didn't enter the place, from here, okay, I'm almost in, you know what I mean? From my usual way of going about things, I probably would have entered through there, to be honest. I'm in such a good mood just because, Chasca. I am, I'm worried about Kachina, right? That's you tell me if you guys felt the same in this sequence. I'm worried about Kachina. I'm terrified of the Abyss. I'm terrified of the Fatui. I'm excited of the Fatui. I'm excited to see more of the Abyss, and I'm excited to see more of the story. Does that make sense? It's like this conflicting feelings where it's a worry about this stuff. You don't want the Abyss and the Fatui to infiltrate this place. But I also I'm so excited to see what's going to be happening with this story, you know? It's so far it's mind-blowing to me.
Nice to see you again, Waina.
Chasca also has connections. This is our mentor. Chasca. 2 years older than us, but just our mentor.
I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
Yeah, I love the way that, again, they're giving a weight back to this as well. We just had an incredible fighting scene, right? And even though we were always worried about Kachina, the weight that they're giving back to us is just this random person, this sound of worry in his voice, she's trapped in the Night Kingdom. How can that even be?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision.
They're making it's how dangerous they're making this sound, and it's so important to do this.
The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on
No, we're going after Kachina, buddy. Sorry, I understand. And again, he's trying to prevent further casualties himself. He's talking about how terrifying it is, and it is good story writing to put an emphasis on the idea of how dangerous this is. But also at the same time, I have to just be honest. I'm still going to go and try to help Kachina.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Waina. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day.
Yeah.
If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
Sick.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Waina? This doesn't seem like you. Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task.
I mean, yeah. No, it puts more emphasis on how dangerous this is. It's important.
If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
I love his glasses, by the way.
Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
This is a giant stone.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather clan, Chasca?
Oh, Chasca's a peacemaker, so she's famous throughout the tribes.
All right.
She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts.
Oh my God.
So we slowly got to know each other
This
that way.
is why I'm saying that, like, they're like when I said like she's like a mentor, and again, it's not. I don't want to like be like it's me. I know that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like I just feel like they write the characters in such a good way that you can get the vibe of who they are from like little bits and pieces. And this is awesome. Like she's someone who like is people look up to and people like want to who will solve conflicts for people. You know what I mean?
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime.
Her eyeshadow is so nice. Is that what's called eyeshadow? It is eyeshadow, right? Yeah.
But let's get back to business. Waina, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts.
Okay.
And the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
So you need someone who knows?
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
The music's so good here as well. The music's so like in Natlan, the music goes from like being very like wartime music to very traditional style music, and sometimes in a lot of cases it really feels as though like it's like very like inspirational, like we're on a journey, we're on an adventure music as well.
Who?
So who are we getting?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Okay, would he come with us?
Vichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him.
Okay.
Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
To the cliff tops? So, okay, I'll do it.
Thank you. We'll go look for him there.
Great stuff.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
Awesome stuff. I really love, I really do love the idea of like how we have like we're being drip fed a lot of information, but also like they don't hesitate in Genshin, and it continues in Natlan to put weight on the situations that are mostly absolutely freaking terrifying. Like this Abyss stuff is terrifying. This Fatui stuff, even though like, again, we have a lot of people in the Abyss, not the Abyss, sorry, the Fatui that we love. Little baby, you baby. I'm a baby. You baby. I'm a baby. Yeah, you're a baby. We have a lot of people in the Abyss, not in the Abyss, sorry, the Fatui that we love dearly, right? And we have like former Fatui members who we like love, incredibly so. It's a terrifying thing. It is a terrifying thing, and I love that when you meet characters in Genshin, they don't like take things lightly. Nothing is ever taken lightly. Yes, there's jokes every once in a while. Like Paimon will crack a joke, like the time of like, oh, we're not really welcomed everywhere we go. The first time. I love that they put a weight on it there, where he's like, I had to be sure that you're even capable of doing this. I had to be sure, which is sick. Which is so sick. Also, getting bits and pieces about Chasca, like how she's like, a peacekeeper, how people kind of like look to her to kind of like solve issues and problems, which is really awesome. She's like a cool-headed person, and we can kind of tell that she's someone who like was able to keep Kachina very like calm. She was like had a lot of information about this place as well. She even was able to assess who we were in some situation. I don't think you're thrill seekers. Look at that. So incredible. And we're learning about every character in every single scene. That's how Genshin does this. So cool seeing the Colosseum from this place as well. I know it's not the Colosseum, but yeah. What do you think about it? I'm a baby. Is that all you say? What's your favorite album? Nothing? Okay, that's fair enough. Once more around the sun. What? Were you about to say an album? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That last one was like, don't ask any questions. I won't. That's fine. I will not ask any questions. Wait, so I think you can talk to these guys, right? Are these the named ones? Let me see. Can I talk to you? Maybe not. Maybe you're one I can talk to? The named ones, so like say we'll try and do that today if we can. The named ones back in the Children of Echoes, for example, you can definitely talk to, I believe. I was trying to talk to like the wild ones while they were trying to beat me up. Hello, it was like, how goes the day, sir? And then they have their boxing gloves all like, sir, how's the weather? I was getting destroyed.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff top.
Green hair.
Ah, that must be him.
Trying to steal Kale's thing. Oh, the goggles, so cool.
Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something?
Not expecting the voice.
What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Oh, heck yeah.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return
I think
the
it's
favor.
absolutely perfect. That's such a good idea. No problem with that whatsoever.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world.
Right, okay.
Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
So we have to probably fight the abyss before we can even enter into any area with this thing.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Sitlali invented this.
Oh my god.
They must be a genius.
I love them talking about a character before we meet them because like it kind of builds up that anticipation to meet them.
I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things.
Whatever you need.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible.
Oh, right, okay.
An ancient name.
So it's about like just the concept of the idea of it being able to like, you know, be tangible. It's like the idea of like I know this is a bad analogy. Since they're like corresponding in some ways, right? You could probably like be like it's like being in like Freddy's dream world or something, and like, you know, bringing in a like a weapon with you, and you can use that corresponding weapon in like a different way in the world, and you know, like that type of thing, I suppose.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian.
Obsidian?
Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them.
Is that like lava rocks?
Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done.
No problem.
Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
We will find you, and we will kill you if you do.
What do
in
you
Minecraft.
think, Chasca?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
Look, she has a $1 million smile.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
So, this is like a very interesting task altogether, right? Yeah, trying to gather this stuff down. Like they're setting this up as being something so dangerous, something out of this world.
So defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the
His
same
friend's
time.
gone too.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Yeah, like they did an absolutely fantastic job already of like what they're doing to build this place, to build the Night Kingdom up, right? It's such an incredible way of building this up in the right Pacha. Look at this place, man. It's so weird with Genshin, right? Can I say this now? Like with Genshin, like a lot of my fears subside just because how beautiful this world is. Oh my god. Look at this perspective. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So we have to find two things. Make preparations to seek the ancient name. Yeah, I just think they're doing a fantastic job of building up the tension here, building up the idea of what this place is. It's scary, right? It's getting scarier and scarier. This whole place is incredible. I know, like, I'm traveling around here probably not the way you're supposed to. I also love, we talked about this already, but I love the remnants of the paint here as well. Very cool. So I think what they're saying is, like, if you have a net in the real world and use it, have it on you, bring it into the other world, it can become a tangible thing there. So I wonder if that works, you know, with other things too.
Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole
Your
stock?
whole stock.
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total. Deal?
She says 3. I would actually like to give you 35,000
Deal.
to be nice.
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right, that's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Vichama mentioned.
I think this is such a good calming down session. And by the way, they do this a lot in these acts in Genshin. They do it a lot where it's like, hey, take a breather. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Take your time. Even the character literally says to you, like, and like, if it ever seems out of place, it's because like, I don't think it is out of place, but like, it's when a character goes, hey, don't worry about, you know, rushing. He literally said that, don't worry about rushing. They want you to take your time a bit more, obviously, with this stuff as well. I think they want you to choose what you want to do, right? I think that's always very, very good.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see.
Do you think we're gonna have to go find one, maybe?
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. It's a lot.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
This is what I'm talking about. Look at this Chasca already just being like, look, guys. I'm not saying relax just on its own, right? Because that can be a lot, you know, annoying when you're upset and someone's just like, relax. It's like, what do you mean relax? She says, relax. Everything's going smoothly. This plan we have is going smoothly. It's a proper response.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina.
Yeah.
I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't
She
the
wants
only one.
to, so we can have the 2.
Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and they're talking about how good Kachina is as well.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra.
This guy's awesome.
Young lady. How does
Great
it look?
voice. It actually is very pretty, isn't it?
Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones
No.
would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 more
Bro,
for both.
no, I'll give you 100,000.
Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him then? How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
That's so long. And we know in the Night Kingdom, you will not be the same once you leave. I wonder what's happened to him.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a heartbreaking time, isn't it?
Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times.
They sound inseparable.
5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle.
Right.
So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for
It's not
everything.
his fault. It's definitely not his fault. It's an impossible situation.
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all.
He's feeling like he has to do something, and if he can blame himself, then like at least then he can probably like, you know, like there's some action in that as well when it comes to like the situation. It's like at least he's like, you know, because I think if you're saying to yourself, I couldn't do anything at all at first, like I don't think many, even like the most rational people don't think like that, right? We always, you know, there's always like an element of blaming ourselves, especially if you're a survivor. Not a survivor in this situation, but you could have been one of the people that died in that situation.
I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better, but...
Yeah, it sounds like it's eating him up. Totally eating him up.
That's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate
I'm just worried what his friend's gonna be like at this stage. You know what I mean? Like what's he even gonna be like in this situation? Because right now, like obviously, like we're having like we're still gonna want to save him, right? We still want to save him, but there's also the the idea of like we know that this place changes you. We know that the Night Kingdom changes you no matter what. So there's going to be a situation here, I think, where is this thing we're looking for here? Is it up here? Oh wait, there it is. There's gonna be I know that you don't come out the same person, and it's constantly changing you. This is incredible, by the way. Traversal in this game, I said it already, is absolutely incredible. So I'm worried about what he's gonna turn out to be like. You know what I mean? Is he even gonna know him? Holy hell! This music's so awesome as well. Like, is he even gonna like recognize his friend? This traversal's really cool as well. He's like, how'd you get up here? Hey, this is my place. How'd you get up here? Nice. I didn't even think this was gonna be here. I'm trying to stop a sneeze, guys. I'm trying to stop a sneeze. Actually, I think we can level this up now anyway. Yeah. Okay, let's go find something to level up here as well. Actually, I want to make sure we're, like, getting a good view of this place anyway. It's a really stunning place, isn't it? Like, it's super, super pretty. Yeah. Okay, let's go over here and see if we can level up this thing now. That's where we fought the, actually, I think there's one closer here, yeah. That's where we fought the boss, remember the big chunky boss? Okay, I don't know if we have enough. We could. We do. Okay, our first level up, but we can't even, like, get the pyro moves anyway. And it's so funny because, like for me, the pyro moves were the ones I wanted first. You know, I was legit just like, I need the pyro stuff. So we got some pyro sigils from that as well, which is really cool. Is this the best place we can travel from here? Or is there... Oh, here. Look at that. So sick. The traversal in this game is so sick. They know what they're doing with this stuff for sure. They really do.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
Oh my god, the sun came out when Mulan started talking.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Could I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Are you searching for your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies.
That is such a horrifying way to put it. Holy hell, it's a horrifying way to put it.
If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to
Still blaming
advance.
himself.
I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malko might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
And is it crazy he thought about this like in the first second when we said it? He was like, he jumped into action.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end.
So he's like, I know this is a possibility, but like, I am not giving up.
All right, let's get to it.
Holy hell.
I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
This is so, like, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss.
We expected that, but look at the way the sky has changed. Oh my god, the thunder and lightning again, just like the other pylons. Oh my god, we're going for the
Golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned.
Oh my god, it's like a little survival mini game because the Abyss is gonna come out now, and we're gonna have to collect all these fragments as we do. Oh my god, it's so fun. Such a great visual as usual. Where's the Abyss? Are we getting lucky? Is it glitched? Or are they just waiting? That's what I was thinking. Okay, I was like, we're getting lucky here. Okay, it's these guys. Okay.
By royal decree. Everybody stand back.
Everybody stand back is right. There's some Oz. Oh god, wrong guy.
Useless.
Disappear time.
Worthless. Here. Worthless.
I'm trying to choose teams. Oh my god, it would have been really great to have Sing Show here. I'm trying to choose teams if it makes sense that that can you know survive. To have like you know an element where I could put some like team members on the team that are some Natlan characters. And I know it sounds weird to have Jean out of Jean Squad, but like I feel like it actually like works out pretty well.
For the Lord of the Night.
And I would never rename it even if Jean is not here. That ain't happening.
By royal decree.
Jean is still part of Jean Squad even if she's not around. You know what I'm saying?
Conquering.
Oh my god, up in the sky, look at this dragon. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? So his shield fell and he went across the map? Foul play there, Mr. Abyssy Mage. So sick. This whole...
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long.
I'm actually having a
We're getting
blast.
close.
Like, it's such a cool visual, but it's also just like a really fun game as well. The music also. So sick. Just one more? Yeah, there we go. Look at what the... Look, this doesn't even look like Natlan. Again, like, it's like a different world. Was he able to do it? Oh.
Quick!
Is that Kachina's?
I found Kachina's ancient
Great.
name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
So we actually found the name. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
Someone stop him.
I should have died 5 years ago.
No, you can't think like this.
I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
I'll help you buy some time, okay?
Thank you.
Let's go for it. Oh my god, we're actually doing this? Holy frick, I didn't expect this at all.
Watch out! The power of the abyss.
So we're like
is strong.
purifying the abyss as he's doing this? This is our freaking power, man. I'm so glad that they're referencing this even more. I'm so glad. So neat. My arm is sore after that.
Power.
And Chasca's noticing the power as well.
Hanging in there?
We're running out of time. You look so cool.
Malco. No, why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible
Oh no.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seymour.
Was she gonna destroy the stone?
Get back!
That's such a cool bow.
Wait!
No, she was thinking about saving his life. But he's not gonna see it this way. Look at the scene as well. Like, she's so cool, but like it's just like this is gonna be a very awkward conversation now. She had to save his life.
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the spirit speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
I'm telling you, she is like this group that we've have, like our older sister. That's who Chasca is for us.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I don't think there was much time left, but like, yeah, Mualani, it seems a bit disorienting.
I thought I said to get back.
She did.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes,
Yeah.
Chasca. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
We're learning that she has great reflex as well. Yeah, but like I think Chasca was just thinking like we need to do something right now.
Okay. I'll be more careful next
You know
time.
what's funny? I took that the wrong way. I thought this was like a little razzing between the two of them. Mualani's like genuinely like, hey, like I nearly got hurt, and Chasca's like, okay, I'm taking that under suggestion. So I misinterpreted that
At least
conversation
Kachina's ancient name
completely.
is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Oh no.
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still...
This has to be so heartbreaking, this confirmation, right?
And now... It's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
And it sounds like maybe he knew this already, but like the confirmation is something he needed.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the
Yeah.
years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's
Wait.
glowing.
This is...
What? What is that? What did that do?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Is this like their final moments?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them.
That's rough. What the hell?
I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just hard thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Again, thinking about the people back home as well.
I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me.
This is rough. This is so rough.
Always had to beat me.
Wait, he just died?
Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes.
And he literally, oh my god, right in front of him.
Maybe you're right.
Oh, and here comes the Rift Hounds.
Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case, Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't
Oh
come
my
with us.
god. My heart, what the...
Don't be sad. Just keep on living.
Oh, and he knew this is what he needed to hear. He probably knew he was feeling bad about... Oh my god, Vichama. This is so heartbreaking.
Was that
Holy hell.
a memory?
It was like trapped inside of a stone?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better? Oh my god. His friend was still Malco was even thinking about him even in those final moments because he knew that he was probably going to like blame himself if anything happened. All these years.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
Oh my god. And look at the sun rising as well as he's saying this. His tears were so... What they're doing with NPCs all the time in this game, just it's incredible.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Yeah, you're right. We'll say read it because I didn't notice it personally. I was only focused on the words, I'll be honest.
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
They're both thinking about each other. These two guys are like not only inseparable in life, but then after death as well.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom.
Right. This is an incredible story, and like again, it's just like these little inserts of these stories into Natlan. It's making us like really know the people of Natlan on an emotional level, and what this abyss has done to people. Right? They're showing that bit by bit, and this story as well is incredible too. Like it's so good what they're doing here. It's so sad, but it's so good.
I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why.
Yeah, he would understand.
You had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them.
Whew. They're doing a fantastic job with the NPCs in Natlan.
Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done.
So he's even saying even now that's all done, he would have done it again?
That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end.
He wanted to, like, let's just be honest here, he wanted to, like... These two guys, like wanted to end their time if they had to end their time with each other.
There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight, but you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us.
Yeah,
I'll make
I'm
sure
doing
of
it for him as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it means so much more now.
I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good.
What a scene. Oh no.
Strange. My body,
Is it?
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will
Yeah.
fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated.
So he's now tied to the abyss now.
Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the
That's
symptoms
crazy.
in
Your whole
check.
life now is just like, yeah, but still, like, you know, yeah, it's going to control the symptoms, but like, and again, Chasca once again showing why she is like, again, such like, as we said, like a mentor, such like a great person to have around. But like, it's going to be such a horrible thing to live with regardless. Like, I would feel like so sad knowing I had like the powers of the abyss inside of my heart, you know, inside of my organs.
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wine at the good
It is a
news.
fantastic start, yeah.
Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand.
There's
Right?
no choice but understanding or anger. That's the two things you have to look at. Oh, is this her sister?
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina. I can hear
She has
it
a cool
in your
design.
voice.
I love the like the I don't know what you call like the face paint and stuff like that. It looks really cool.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Oh, she's a cool jacket as well, doesn't she?
Koichi? What are you
Are
doing?
you happy to see her?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly.
Look at her
why I'm
t-shirt
here.
as well, the love heart on it. That's so cool.
My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chasca for a few minutes. You come
Oh my god,
with me.
scolding her.
I'll be just
It's
a
so
moment.
interesting to have a character who, like we were saying, is so put together and so ahead of things and is like a mentor and like an older sister. And now we meet her little sister, and her little sister's bossing her around in very like almost like you know, sibling fashion, I suppose.
Who was that?
Koichi, Chasca's younger sister. Although the two
Oh.
are actually related
Okay, I
by
didn't know that.
blood, it's kind of a long story.
She did call herself Chasca's sister just now, but it feels like there's more to the story.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chasca was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
Like Saurians?
She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live.
Oh my god. Chasca's been through like way too much.
That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was
That's
adopted
insane.
by the cuckoo sores. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
I would never get into a fight with Chasca, ever.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
She is tougher than I even thought.
Well, when Chasca finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chasca still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Oh my god. That is a very sweet thing to think about, right? It's a very sweet, like, dynamic.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was
For
definitely with
real.
me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting
Yeah.
1 minute and your friend's the next.
But I just thought the idea of like Mulan and like Chasca having a fight as kids is very funny to me too. That's such a fun dynamic. Like it's such a sweet dynamic between her and her sister.
Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to
Crazy.
resolve conflicts. She's known as
Like
the
that's so
peacemaker.
awesome. Like she's a peacemaker now, but like she had this desire to fight for so long.
It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
No.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chasca from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chasca makes up her mind, there's no
And we're learning
changing
more
it.
about Chasca here as well.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chasca even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let
Yeah.
a loved one put their life on
Oh
the
yeah,
line.
100%. And like from her sister's perspective, like you know, like they clearly care about each other from what we've heard here as well. They put a lot of time into each other's company. And yeah, no, like even if it's like it's an anger that comes from a place of love, right? Do not risk your life again. Do not do this again. It's the same thing when like a parent, like you know, if a parent like you know, not aggressively, but like kind of scolds a kid for like jumping on the couch, right? In some cases, it can just be a parent being like, "Don't put your feet on the couch," but like in a lot of other cases, it can be like just them being like, "Hey, if you fall, you will get hurt." You know what I mean? And sometimes kids will learn it the hard way. They will fall and like even though they're told to get off the couch, and then they'll learn that it is tough and they'll do it again, right? But in this case, it's actually like so. This isn't about children. This is more just a case of like a love-filled scolding is what I feel like is going to be coming for Chasca. Maybe we'll see now. Anyway.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain.
Oh god, she's
yourself.
very forceful with this.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
Her hair is so nice as well.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip
Yeah, she is
abroad.
making it sound like that, isn't she?
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses.
It's so, again like she's clearly very like upset that she put herself in danger. I do love that Chasca's like you know like yeah she's like it is just like a trip.
We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no
Do you know about
alternative.
Kachina?
But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know
Oh
what
right.
is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
It's such an interesting conversation to have here as well because like she doesn't even consider like no alternatives a level 4.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina,
Oh my
didn't
God.
you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
This is such like I love seeing this dynamic. I
You
really
feel like
do.
he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it. So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
Yeah, it sounds like this is a common thing with Chasca. It sounds like this is a common thing.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
I think it's just she doesn't want you to make that decision. She doesn't want you to be hurt.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever.
A
Anything
whatever
else?
from Chasca. Didn't expect it. Yeah, this is like from my perspective, that's what it is. And I think that's what like you know even the chief was saying. This is like her like you know so overwhelmed by the emotions that she could have lost her sister today, right? That's what she's feeling. And then from Chasca's perspective, it's like, I am my own woman. I made my decision. Nobody influenced me. I am doing what I thought was best. And nothing would have changed my mind.
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Like, literally, she's like the older sister in a lot of ways here.
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chasca, does it sound like I'm joking?
So Chasca was taking this a little bit more lightly, but like, yeah, okay.
Then you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
How?
I can't leave her there to die. That's not
How is it
who I
partially
am.
your fault?
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
Does she, so what she's saying when she loses control, she's like a different person, like when she wants to fight, maybe that's like the part of her that was fighting everybody. Is she saying because she didn't protect her? Like she said she should have like maybe like protected her a bit more?
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
And the two birds like kind of arguing with each other here as well. So she's like trying to like live up to the idea of like living in Natlan, or like the she wants to like become worthy of almost living in Natlan.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
The word condition comes up.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious.
Yeah,
And
the
I
tone
think Ryan
changes.
prefers his roof attached to his
She was
house.
like, no, she wasn't taking that argument fully seriously. That's what was happening.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi!
Oh, wow.
Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
Did you hear the breath there as well? She was trying to calm herself down. So she does have some like that like side when she does lose control, like Koichi was saying.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chasca. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
And it's so like, you know, it's kind of like it might be frustrating for them as well, because you can tell this is both coming from a place of love for each other. You can tell. But it's also like this thing where Chasca has to like, you know, be her own person. She has to like make this choice herself.
You two are something else.
It's really tough. It's really tough. But that's like, you know, that's family sometimes. It can be such a tough situation. It's not all like roses, you know?
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone
Oh
of
my
voice.
god. I wonder if it's just because they've been around for each other for so long as well.
It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister.
Okay.
You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it
There we
alone.
go. Honestly, like I would agree. Like, there's nothing wrong with like relying on someone as well. But I like what I'm guessing from this whole conversation is that like like her sister Koichi wants her to rely on her more, and from Chasca's perspective, Chasca wants to make herself feel like I guess that's the one I get from the conversation. She wants to make herself like feel as if she is worthy of staying here in Natlan, worthy of like the change that she has made in herself.
Thank you.
It's great advice. It's good advice.
Anytime.
Spend some time with your family.
All right.
If they are nice
If
to you.
you're done with the spirit speaker stone, you might as well hand
Oh,
it
look
over.
at everyone putting their hands in their head.
According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it
no.
with me.
About that.
It was destroyed by a Fatui Harbinger.
If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the
A
Holy
Venti
Liar.
reference here as well.
The spirit speaker stone might be 2 stones now.
So that was a different line of dialogue there. You explained the sequence of events to Wayna. Oh my god.
I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice.
Extremely reasonable.
Still, Citlali's going to be
Oh
a
my
nightmare
god,
to
they keep
deal with now
they
we've
keep
broken
naming
her
her.
stuff. I'll explain everything to her
I'm
later.
so excited to meet Citlali. So excited.
Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
I am so excited. So where are we going next? There we go. We're bringing to Mavuika. So yeah, like I think I got like my wires crossed a little bit. We weren't going directly into the Night King. We're just trying to get the name with that ritual. I'm sorry if I got my wires crossed. Sometimes there is so much information that happens that like, you know, usually you guys either catch it for me or I don't catch it at all until like a little bit later, which is fine. Like, you know, we're not all able to understand things fully all the time. Yeah, so what we've done in this episode, because we're going to be ending this episode here, was incredible. We had the shock of losing Kachina, right, to the Night Kingdom. This worry that we had, and then also learning that in the Night Kingdom you lose your sanity, you lose yourself, and become one with the Night Kingdom. The more you're there, that's what happened to Vichama's friend, Malik. That's what happened to him. Malka, right, Malka. There's also like the situation where we got to see this place, the Scions of the Canopy, right? This is a beautiful location. And the traversal here is already freaking awesome as well. Does the traversal just happen here if we do this? No, there's certain places where you jump off and you can actually get connected to some of those places as well. Beautiful location. We had the battle with Il Capitano and Mavuika. One of the best choreographed fights ever. I was literally nearly falling out of my chair at the end of it. I couldn't move for parts of it. I was so stunned. It was so amazing. But we also heard of Il Capitano, from my perspective anyway, I could be wrong, that he's saying, give me the Gnosis, like, and I'll choose the rules for Natlan. I'll choose what's going to happen here then. So he knows a lot about what's happening here, more than like you would think as well. But he did stage an attack. He's the first of the Fatui Harbingers as well, which means he's really terrifying, but such a sick design. Such a sick design he had as well. So it was really cool seeing him also. And also just an amazing fight. I love the dutiful nature of like all the stuff that's happening. We had that scene at by the fire where like everyone was kind of like getting ready to do their thing. And then once we left, we also had Mavuika like showing how great of a leader they are as well. We got to see Chasca being an absolutely like a great mentor, but also showing that even though she is a great mentor and she is someone who like we can look up to and someone who solves arguments, she still has lots of stuff to deal with in her own heart as well with her sister. Our sister had a fantastic design as well. So many amazing things happening in this story right now. And now we have Kachina's name, and I'm assuming we're going to get to go help out Kachina right now and maybe hopefully get her back. I definitely can't wait to see that. But that's going to do it for this week of videos, guys. And oh, by the way, I should also say that like we also have a... it's not the week of videos, by the way. It's a week of Genshin videos. Because tonight, I believe I might be doing the demo for... Yakuza, or for Like a Dragon, for Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which I definitely want to see if you guys are interested in that as well. But yeah, we also got to see, along with all this stuff as well, the power, us purifying once again, and they're calling back from the times of Dvalin, and it's very clear that they're trying to show us that this is our way of counteracting the Abyss, and it might be part of our purpose, I think, as well. But if it isn't, I still think it's an amazing power. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. I saw your support in the first video and the last video that just came out on Thursday. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekend of videos and this week of videos. I've had such a blast with this. This is one of the best things I've seen. I love this Archon quest so far. Like, really, I feel like Natlan, to me, so far has been like one of my favorite intros to a region in any game. I've had such a blast. The culture, not only the culture, how beautiful it is. The scenes that are like so cinematic. The music in the background that gives them such a presence, introducing the characters in such a fantastic way as well. We have this world that really feels like it's full of duty and memories and magic, and it really feels like everything is like in jeopardy, while at the same time we also have this feeling that like there's a team building amongst everyone, right? There's like this team that wants to make sure everything goes well, whether it be Kanich or Inasan or Chasca, or ourselves, or Mualani, or Kachina, or Mavuika. Like, there's so many characters that are working hard to make sure that this place is still protected, and they are doing a good job of making sure that this place feels like it's on the brink of destruction, and that the Abyss is coming closer and closer. The Abyss knows cunningly what is happening in Natlan in every single place. They know that what they can do to damage each area. There's a cunning thing happening with the Abyss as well that is absolutely terrifying. And now you add Il Capitano to the mix. This is going to be a crazy story, guys. I can feel it. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you so much to my patrons at the highest tier. Typhara 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lynx Marky, Assassin, Colorbow, True Peanut Butter, Alpaca Juice, Peter Shelson, Heck, SR Fiji, Leanne, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye.